It's the entrance to Hunter's Bar. They must have closed the place while I was outside the camp. Oddly enough, there's light visible under the door, and I can still hear that grating country music coming from the other side. It's the entrance to Hunter's Bar. They must have closed the place while I was outside the camp. Oddly enough, there's light visible under the door, and I can still hear that grating country music coming from the other side. Dozens of drums stacked chaotically. They belong to the hunter, which would suggest that they can't contain anything remotely legal. This bright light leaves no doubt about where the entrance to the building is. There are some insects fluttering around it that end up getting scorched by the heat and dropping dead. It's a thick cable that runs along that building's roof, but I can't see it very well from here. It's too high. Okay, here goes. It's impossible to budge these drums at all. I don't know what they contain, but whatever it is, it weighs a ton. Okay, so we'll make a hole in one of these drums. Blah. This must be the poisonous concoction they serve as a beverage in the bar. The drum is already empty enough. I think I can now get rid of this old hand drill. I doubt I'll be using it again. With its contents spilled all over the ground, the punctured drum doesn't seem so heavy anymore. Up close, I see that it's a high voltage wire. It probably carries the electricity for this entire building. This is the only way I can think of to draw those thugs out of their den.
What the hell is going on now?
Another power failure. Go figure, nothing works in this damn camp.
This damn sewer is gonna be the end of us.
Everything's okay. Calm down and shut your mouth. You, light some candles. Get us some light in here. And you, come with me and take a look.
It would be better if they didn't see me around here.
Hey, look! The main cable is broken. How could that have happened?
I don't know, maybe the wind or a bird.
Bunch of idiots. The cable's cut. This was sabotage.
Yep, and here are the tools he used to do it. Gloves and a pair of bolt cutters.
Damn it. I can kiss that stuff goodbye.
Sabotage? Someone sabotaged us? Who would dare?
I haven't the faintest idea.
What happened, Hank?
Hey, Mike. Nothing in particular. It's nice to see you around here, dude. Some idiotic camp electrician wanted to practice on our place. That's all. We'll give him a fitting reward when we find him. You know, fair's fair. So, tell me, what brings you to these parts?
I wanted to talk business with you.
Business? Of course, Mike. You know, in these hard times, we all have to help each other. I'm sure we'll be able to make a deal. Come inside and sit down with me. And you, fix this. All right, dude. You told me you wanted to talk business. So, here we are. Shoot.
The last time I was here, you told me that you could get anything. I need some batteries.
Of course, Mike. You know that I like you. I know one of our kind when I see one. I want to help you. I really do. But you know, in today's world, everything has a price. Things have gotten very ugly.
How much is it gonna cost me?
Save your cash for those poor devils out there. I can see the future, dude. I can smell it and touch it. And that stupid paper will be worthless in a very, very short time.
So what is it you want in exchange?
The only liquid asset still worth anything in this new world, Mike. Fuel. Bring me gasoline, oil, kerosene. Anything that can make a motor or generator run, dude. These are dark days, and people need light. We want to bring it to them. You bring me the fuel, and the batteries are yours.
It's obvious that I don't have anything like that on me.
Then I'm sorry to have to tell you this, dude. No fuel, no deal. But you're a smart guy. I'm sure you'll figure out some way to make me happy.
I just talked to your men. Those maggots who are prostituting Rose. Your business dealings turn my stomach.
Watch your mouth in my house, you damn prig. Because you're insulting me in front of my people. And this is not the first time.
That poor girl is disturbed. She has the mind of a child. What you guys are doing isn't right.
Do you want to talk about justice, dude? About that objective, impartial, blind lady with the scales? It's funny that you're the one bringing up that blindfolded whore. And wasn't it you who paid handsomely for some time alone with that little mouse? So, did you have a good time with her, Mike? And tell me, what are those blood stains on your shirt? I suppose my informants are mistaken, and that blood is unrelated to the disappearance of a certain preacher in this city. Michael, did you treat him justly? Now, who the hell do you think you are, handing out lessons in morality to anyone, dude?
But how do you know? Oh wait, there's an explanation for all that.
Of course, there's an explanation. And it's very simple. You gotta do what you gotta do. But don't you worry, Mike. I see everything, but your secrets are safe with me. I like you, dude, because deep down, you and I are much more alike than you think. Our true nature is coming out in all its glory in this new world. You just need the courage to act on it.
You're wrong. I'm not like you.
I hope for your sake that you're the one who's wrong, dude. You're a predator. I can tell. Don't make the mistake of turning into a lamb, because you already know how that could turn out. And when it comes to Rose, let me tell you that she has every right in the world to defend herself. That's the magnificence of this new world. It's given us absolute freedom to assume our true roles. Rose, just like the rest of us, has to decide if she's a lion or a lamb. Ain't it grand, dude? It's only now that we're truly free to choose. But don't get me wrong, the right to defend herself is hers, and hers alone. So be careful with the heroic gestures, Mike. You touch a single hair on the head of any of my men to defend that little mouse, and I'll rip your skin off, one strip at a time. They're friends of mine. Got it?
Yes. You've made yourself perfectly clear. You won't have to tell me again. That horrible music is drilling into my eardrums. Why do you always play the same song over and over again?
You're lucky we're friends, Mike. Otherwise, I would have pounded your nose into your skull. That was my late father's favorite song. He was an apostle of the New World, a visionary.
Apostle of the New World?
That's right, Mike. An evangelist, a prophet. I hated that old bastard for years. As a boy, the beatings he gave me made me tremble at the sound of his voice, of his boots, of his belt. When I was just a kid, he forced us to live in the forest for days on end. Those were his survival classes, he said. I still have scars from those years. We were all delighted when they found the remains of his body burnt to a crisp in a car, clutching his flask of whiskey like a baby's bottle. It's only now I understand.
Understand? What?
What my father was trying to do. His commitment to making us strong. He was a visionary. He knew that hard times were coming. He never stopped repeating that. And he prepared us for them. That hell that buried me alive in the old and decadent world gave me wings in this new world. And let me be reborn, cleansed and purified. I don't care if the Great Wave was the work of God or the devil, Mike. I only know that one of them has been very good to me. My father's prophecy came true. And the new world has put all of us in our rightful place.
Yeah, I haven't the slightest doubt. I should be going now.
Okay, Mike, whatever you say. Remember, get me fuel and you'll have your batteries.
Even if there was something inside there that could interest me, jeez, that bonfire is too hot to touch. In the flames, all the hopes and dreams of Rod and his family are going up in smoke. I'm not going to add any more fuel to this fire. He made it very clear. After his outburst, Rod is not going to let me back into his trailer. Colin called out to me by name. He said he had a message from her. I have to go in there and talk to the boy before it's too late. But how? Colin's mother. I'm afraid the only thing left for Rod and her to do is wait for the tragic final act of this story to play out. And I'm sure neither one of them will let me go into the room in the meantime to talk to the boy. He made it very clear. After his outburst, Rod is not going to let me back into his trailer. Poor man. I'm afraid that this new world has finally gotten the better of him. Now I understand why this window hasn't been cleaned. It gives Rod and his family some privacy without raising suspicions about the boy's illness. Besides, that glass looks pretty thick. The boy's cries can't be heard from outside. Use this here? How? So Beechwood Oracle is in fact a what kind? And why does it? The truth is, I don't need it. I have my own way of getting inside the hospital for the dissolved without being seen. But I'm sure I'll be able to find some use for this ID. Hey, Hank. What if I told you I know where you can get more fuel than you've ever dreamed of?
Don't call me that again, dude. Like I told you, that man died in the Great Wave. But you have aroused my curiosity. So, where is this place? Information like that is well worth the batteries you need.
A few hours ago, I found a way to get into the medical center you told me about in the outskirts of the city. It's much bigger than it looks like from the outside, and it uses enormous generators to power its electrical system. They're storing hundreds of barrels of fuel in a huge depot, which is hidden behind a fence that goes all the way around the compound. It's invisible from the outside.
Yeah, and I suppose you brought those hundreds of barrels to the camp to bargain with me.
No, but I do have the key that will let you and your men get them out of there without raising suspicion. It's a vehicle pass for entering the compound, stamped by the Army.
That's a very interesting story, dude. I'll have to do some checking, but it sounds promising. Now, if what you're saying is true, you're going to make one weary old bear very happy. But if you're lying, I'll find you wherever you try to hide, and I'll maul you with my paws right on the spot.
So you'll give me the batteries in exchange for the ID?
Deal. The ID is now mine. Here are the batteries you asked for.
Okay, let's see if this device still works. It works, but what do we have here? It's a list with hundreds of names, places, and addresses, and a map of the city. It's the device the cleanup brigades use to navigate during their raids. Sort of an electronic map. It looks like some satellites are actually still working after the Great Wave. I just have to enter an address, and this screen will show me where it is. It seems like a good idea, but the GPS signal is very weak in here. I think it would be better to use it in an open area rather than indoors.
Hey Mike, wait! Before you go. I've been thinking about it, and now it's my turn to propose a deal to you.
A deal?
Yeah, listen. Me and my boys don't like leaving the camp any more than we have to. We're a bit too well known and sought after by the pigs out there, if you get my drift.
I see.
All that talk about the medical center, the fuel and the ID got me curious. I need to get the lay of the land, to check out some things and work out a plan. But I can't expose myself. It would look very suspicious if I were to be seen poking around out there.
Of course. And what do you need from me?
Bring us enough information about that depot for us to make a plan. I'm talking diagrams, coordinates, maps, or better yet, a photo. Bring back what I'm asking for, and I'll give you whatever you want in return. What is it you need, dude?
Do you know the trailer where Rod Atkinson and his wife live?
Yes, of course. I know Rod, that hypocritical busybody. He still thinks that with his old world morality, he can save everyone in the camp. He's a real pain in the ass, dude.
They have a young son, Colin. I can't tell you why, but I need to be alone with the kid, just for a few minutes. You have to make a commotion outside to keep Rod and his wife distracted long enough. Keep them busy for a few minutes. Find any excuse, but I need time alone with that boy.
You never cease to amaze me, Mike. I don't know what you've got in mind, but it's none of my business. Bring me the information I asked you for. Bring me that photo of the fuel depot of the hospital, and I promise you'll have all the time you need to do whatever it is you want to do with that boy. And my complete discretion, of course.
I don't know what idea is percolating in the hunter's sick mind right now, but I have to play along to avoid having to explain anything. I gotta make sure he doesn't find out about the boy's illness. Deal. But nobody gets hurt, okay?
Bring me that photograph of the fuel depot at the hospital, and we'll do whatever's strictly necessary.
Okay, let's enter the address shown on the card from Beechwood Oracle, 24 Mametz Wood Street. The map shows me a place near downtown. Let's go have a look. More of the shattered glass that constitutes the window dressing of most of the city's stores. Despite the thickness of the glass, the Great Wave must have crushed it like paper. Great. The sign that shows the name of this place is burned beyond recognition. Where was this place before the Great Wave? Beechwood Oracle, maybe? They crisscross the building facade from top to bottom. And from what I've seen, this system of staircases is used only on the oldest buildings in the city. It reigns over the building with its crown of twisted antennas and broken air conditioners. On the rim, there's a shiny object. Although at this distance, I can't make out what it is. 3 huge lights struggle to illuminate everything they can with their precarious electrical system. They actually seem to create more shadows than light. No matter what you might think of the state of the city, these trash cans are practically empty. I guess generating garbage is a real luxury nowadays.
Hey you! What are you doing here? Didn't you hear the curfew warning?
Relax. Look at his wrist. He's got a mole bracelet.
So you're one of those domesticated rats? You people disgust me. At least the rest of the worms at the camp have some dignity. But you guys, the moles, you're nothing more than a pack of treacherous stool pigeons.
No doubt, I have a great paragon of dignity before me. My hatred for these pigs has only grown. And more so since the incident at the camp entrance with the mole's children. Ruthless bastards. I just want to ask you guys a few questions. Do you know what the establishment was before the Great Wave?
I can't say I do. I lived on the other side of town, but judging from what's left, I'd say it looks like it was a bookstore. Looks like it burned down to the ground after the Great Wave.
Well, I for one am glad that nest of bookworms was destroyed. I never liked books. They always were a total waste of time.
Is that right? At first glance, I would have taken you for someone with refined literary tastes.
I think that description fits you to a T.
Watch your mouth, you dirty rat! And don't think that bracelet would protect you. I could blow your head off without batting an eyelid. Don't forget who's in charge here.
Why are you posted here?
Just following orders. Rat, we're here to protect and serve the inhabitants of this city. That's our mission.
Yes, I can see how the people feel much safer with you around.
We're doing our nightly rounds, and we have orders to keep a particular eye on this neighborhood.
And why this neighborhood in particular?
Well, as you can see, this area of the city was left almost intact after the Great Wave. It was kind of a miracle. Most of the homes and businesses are still standing, so burglary attempts are pretty popular. If there's anything left in the city worth guarding, it's here.
You ask a lot of questions. Have you come to steal something, rat?
No, of course not. With officers of the law like you, I'd never dare do anything like that.
I wouldn't provoke my partner too much if I were you. He's plenty jumpy today, and he's sometimes rather unpredictable.
And as for you, blabbermouth, I'd watch my tongue if I were you. How I am is nobody's business. And you, get back to your nest, rat!
So how's the night going?
Very quiet, except for a shooting at the entrance to the city a few hours ago. I think someone tried to steal some food. And when that happens, you have to act decisively. That's our duty.
It would be a fantastic night if it wasn't for those revolting cats. This damn neighborhood is infested with them.
Cats?
My partner doesn't like cats, and tonight they've been howling non-stop since we started our rounds.
Filthy creatures, dirty and pestilent. They're to blame for everything.
I won't bother you anymore. Keep up the good work. Burnt paper. The whole place is full of it. Hey, wait! One of these posters has a photograph of Reverend Blake on it. The Beechwood Oracle Bookstore invites you to a reading of The Annihilation of Time, where you can meet the book's author, Edward Blake. That explains why that deranged preacher had the card from this place in his pocket. On the other hand, I no longer have the slightest doubt as to the name of this establishment. I don't have a good feeling about the deep red of the cover. I'm not going to take one. They're what's left of the cinema section. Only a couple of biographies survived the fire. Let's see, Dario Argento and John Carpenter. I don't need to look through these pages. I've already seen the horror out there. In better times, they must have been overflowing with literature. Now they look like the aftermath of one of those book burnings in the old days that maybe aren't as distant as they seem. No, I doubt there's anything in these stories that could surprise me. Dystopia. Could be the city's last name. No, computers are a deplorable waste of time, when the hardware you're trying to use got wrecked in the Great Wave. This screen doesn't look any better than the rest of the place. The fire turned it into a glob of plastic and glass, and there's nothing left of the computer it was connected to. The sign says, "Emergency exit, Beechwood Oracle Bookstore. Do not block." Well, it seems that in spite of the warning, this door is indeed blocked. I don't think I'm going to be able to open it that way. The sign says, "Emergency exit, Beechwood Oracle Bookstore. Do not block." Well, it seems that in spite of the warning, this door is indeed blocked. Doesn't look like it's going to be complicated to open this door with the crowbar. Done.
Hey, wait a minute! Who the hell's over there?
I don't see anything.
Look at that building! I saw something moving in that shadow on that wall!
I think you're a little paranoid tonight. I told you to relax. Come on, take a deep breath.
Shut up! I bet it was one of those cats! All this is because of those pestilent beasts that have been bothering us since we got here! I couldn't stand them!
I better not let those two psychopaths down there see me. I should be very careful. Can I ask you guys a few questions?
You again, rat!
Be my guest.
I won't bother you anymore. Keep up the good work. I don't see any need. I don't think it would do. Judging from the traces of food, I'd say that this can was being used as a bowl to feed stray cats. In a city of ruins. Only someone acquainted with one of these animal lovers knows that they're capable of things like this, and much more. I prefer to hold on to it. I think this will be more useful to me. The truth is, I can't see how to use this can here. I don't think I'd gain anything by using this here. The truth is... Those two pigs seem to be watching that entrance very intently. They probably pumped me full of lead before I got a chance to turn the doorknob. Better not. I don't think... Why would I... I could use the electrical tape to hold something to this object. But what do I want to add to it? Adding electric... That would... The can is too small to put that inside. Let's see. I'll use the rusty nails to attach these two objects together. With the rusty nails, I've been able to attach the wooden crate I found in the cleanup brigade's closet to the boards. So now I have a crate with wooden legs. And a carpenter I'm not. I can't use these two objects together. I could use the electrical tape to hold something to this object. But what do I want to add to it? I don't think it would do... Let's see. I'll use the electrical tape to join these two objects. The bad news is that I just used up all the electrical tape. I don't think... This plastic bag is designed to hold the remains of the dissolved, so I'm not putting that inside there right now. Using tons of imagination, we can say that I've built an improvised and primitive cradle. Oh God, it's horrible. I'm afraid I can't do that. Let's see. It's an empty can with remnants of food. Who could want something like this? The truth is, looking closely, none of these streetlights cast the same amount of light. I guess it has something to do with the power that reaches them through the cable.
Shut up, you filthy beasts! Goddamn mangy animals! Get out of there! I'm going to gouge out your eyes one by one! Skedaddle!
But what is your problem with cats?
Those cats are to blame for everything! They're what brought the disease to the city! They're what brought the virus that infects the dissolved!
Here we go again. I've told you 1,000 times. That's nonsense.
Of course it's not nonsense! I heard it from the friend of a friend who works in a research center!
Those poor creatures aren't to blame for anything.
Shut your face, you worm! You see that? It's comical! Rats defending cats! The world's been turned upside down!
Yes, it is comical. Cats being chased by pigs. In any case, those poor creatures can rest easy. That guy's arteries will burst before he'd be able to catch one of them. It doesn't look like it's having any effect. This enormous construction tarp hangs from up there like a stage curtain. I guess it's a vest just after the Great... No, it's just a hiding place for the neighborhood cats. This enormous construction... I guess it's just after... No, it's just a hiding... Great idea. Should I just ask the animals in uniform to please get away from the panel so I can poke around in there?